Hi Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to Solaris Studio. We are performing for October 2025. Forces at Work is finally here. Very happy to be able to uh, go back to these readings. It's one of the signature readings in my channel. And this spread used to be a vertical one, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it now horizontal due to the restrictions of the space, but I think this is gonna be fine. So now it's your turn, Libra friends. Now, I will first introduce you the spread so you can understand the dynamics which will be playing out, and then we will be reading our cards. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to represent your current state, your current situation, and this is going to represent their current state, their current situation. This is going to represent what you want, your intention, motivation, and this is going to represent what they want, their intention, motivation. Now, this is going to represent how do they feel about you, and this is going to represent how you feel about them. How do you feel towards them? This is going to represent what you need, what they need. At this point, we are going to have a spiritual guidance because what we need parts can be very important to know. Okay, so here is one thing, and here is the another thing. Another thing here, we have the your next move and their next move. We have the your hopes and fears, their hopes and fears. Actually, let me arrange it in a way so you can have, yeah, you can see the cards. And this one will represent the forces in between you and the outcome of these forces. So Forces at Work was the title that we have given to this reading. So let's go ahead and find out now the clarifications for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna use the Sibyllus. That's gonna be much better, dear friends. Because, yeah, sometimes lots of decks, so things can be mixed up. Okay, so for the Sibyllus, now let's give clarification to all of our cards. This preparation part, I like it very much, and I like to share it with you too, but you can also skip, the with this fastening part of that setting section, but I think it prepared us to the reading, and this is also helping people to connect with the reading structure and in a way preparing. Not every time I do that, but I think for this type of spreads, it's nice to introduce things. Okay, so let's begin. Libra friends, October 2025, Forces at Work Love Tarot reading, and let's see your current state, your current situation. We have the Knight of Pentacles clarified by Falsita and their current state, the current situation. We have the Page of Pentacles clarified by Fortuna reversed. Okay. So let's begin from your current state, current situation. Now, Knight of Pentacles energy is a very patient and slow energy. So I'm seeing that you are moving slowly, patiently, you are trying to stay steady. But falsita here, which is about the falsehood and deception, there is a particular mistrust in your path. Like there is some kind of, it's not doubt, it's not hesitation. I feel more of like a mistrust energy. Like sometimes we, choose a path because the circumstances also sometimes dictates that, or Like we believe we have to do that, but actually this is our mistrust the way that this path will continue. So at the same time, to feel like putting consistent effort to something that you mistrust bring actually a lot of questioning, if you ask me. So it's like asking, is this ground I'm walking on is honest? Okay. Or if this loyalty I'm giving, is it like truly matched? Okay. So this is like a very cautious process and progress we take, which is shadowed by that at times. And I'm doing this reading now when Virgo Venus is conjunct with South Node. And it's it's very, maybe pick that energy, it's really bringing some things we value into question, making ask some questions, am I following some kind of a cycle, or what I'm doing now? Am I repeating something? Shall I leave this? It's that questioning. The effort I put, does it gonna come back to me? All right, Venus and Virgo, like practical considerations. It's like you act like an earth sign here. And the next message is Page of Pentacles and Fortuna reversed. Now, your person is leaning stage. They are leaning a stage, and they are trying to start small, but their luck and also maybe flow is a bit blocked here. They may want to build things. Let me start small. Let me start humble, you know. And timing is also a bit off. Oh my God, opportunities slip away. But when the luck will be in my side, I don't feel supported by luck. Has my luck left me this time? This time is not gonna help me. So there is actually a inexperienced energy here. And it is also mixed with some missed chances. Maybe they have missed a chance, or they may also see that a chance is not gonna be serving them maybe on the long term. So they they like I think try new things, or they may try planting seeds, but it seems the soil that they are stepping in isn't that ready yet. So these are very different energies, because your um, position is more of like in a steady and cautious place, and this mistrusting is, to me, is very realistic. Actually, this is some really serious questioning from your part. They are more like, I'm eager to learn, I'm eager to begin, but I feel unlucky, I feel circumstances going against me, I feel stuck, and I'm pretty much blocked by fortuna. Can also be quite the timing, so they may be feeling blockages with timing. Very suspicious energy for October for you to start with, and let's see what is happening next. So, what you want, your intention and motivation. This part, what you want, your intention, motivation, can be also very revealing for this reading series. So let's take a close attention to that. So we have the Fool and Donna Maritata reversed. What they want, their intention, motivation. We have the Emperor and Deliranti. We have the Emperor clarified by the Deliranti reversed. Oh my God. So um, this is really also a repetition actually of those Page of Pentacles energy, but let me try to bring the message here for you. The Fool energy is telling me that what you want, your intention is quite the freedom. It's the freedom. You want the reset. And there is again a courage to step into something new. But this married woman reversed energy telling me that you don't want obligations or those traditional roles. This might sometimes can give us that feeling of being blocked by shoes and this type of thing. So you wanna, I think, break free from expectation, like a person leaning on you to do things, but you want to be free from expectations. Some things that cannot go on like forever, especially when it comes to taking the responsibility of something. um so I feel like if you are tied up to some kind of a duty in your life, not a work, but something feels like dutiful for you, or if there is some appearances which are important at this time, or I mean, seem to be important, or there are some outdated commitments, I think you want to break free deep down from that, because the full energy will always ask for authenticity and the fresh start. So this is, you are not asking more responsibilities. I think you want people to take on their own responsibilities, because something here may feel like a cage to you. I do feel their intention is like, um okay, they start small and they don't trust their luck, but they want the old structure, they want the old authority and stability. However, um, Delirante reverse, this card is about chaos and it's a very scattered energy. They are like seeking some kind of a clarity after disorder, because there has been a disorder. Maybe they want to bring order to the chaos they've been to, so they can establish the control. It's like there is some kind of a like event, and the emperor wants to take the charge and want to end it. Like, I want to bring order to this chaos, and I want to rule my world. That's what their motivation is. They want to rule their world. And they want to do it with stability, because I think in their life there has been a long time instability and irrationality. Now this is a bit, I think, how to say, contrasting energies, because when you see, you want freedom from obligation, and this may be also bringing risks. Um, but they want control, stability, and structure. So there are very different motivations. So it's important to mention that. Okay, so here is the next message. Let's see, how do they feel towards you? Hangman clarified by Militare. And how do you feel towards them? We have the Five of Wands and Belvedere. Oh wow, long time no see Belvedere. It's been like, I think, like more than six readings, and I don't remember seeing this card. Some cards, they show up rarely. So here's your gem Belvedere, showing up much later. So how they feel about you now? They feel, Libra, this person feels quite suspended and restrained. Um, there is some kind of a immobility, some kind of a I can't act around this. And with Militare, which is about rules, force, soldier, discipline. So I think their feelings, it is bounding to some kind of a rigidity. So they may feel they must hold back, which means also sacrificing the action. And there is like a very strict control in their their approach is like a strict self-control, let's say. They are like pushing. The military actually pushes the hangman. This is like a strict auto-control, you know. So their emotions are very much present, but that it's really locked in some kind of a rigid and disciplined pause. So it's like I feel it, but I can't act on it, especially freely. So I must hold my position now energy. Again, actually completes that their emperor energy. Yours is a bit different. Your feelings towards them, five of wands and Belvedere. Uh, you feel conflict, and you see how it moves with the five of wands. This is Mars and Leo, and everyone wants to prove something by taking the most glamorous and sound action. However, Belvedere, which is about the foresight and what we look out, I think your feelings are quite anticipatory. You even don't know what's gonna come out from them, but the tension is there, the competition is there. You are absolutely aware the struggle, whether this is their feelings or the situation, but you are watching for what might come next, and this is gonna actually determine what I'm gonna feel. So it's like you're gonna sense the friction, but also you're gonna expect change. You're gonna scan the horizon, and you can see how this conflict will likely to evolve. You know, you see how observant you are behind that. What was the English name of this? Um, you are scanning the horizon, and it's like the Libra. I mean, you want to see first. I think it's like a Libran strategist energy, like really just where this is gonna evolve. Let's watch. So, and you are letting the conflict actually to play out in your feelings, and like, okay, let me see where this is gonna, lead up to. They have very strained energy. Yours is more tensions, and this is also there's also some kind of a rivalry. So but also if things can really shape differently in the future. Okay, so let's continue with what you need. What you need parts. You have the Ace of Cups clarified by La Nemica reversed. And there you go. Here is your Oracle card from the Angel deck. Crystal clear intentions, Archangel Michael. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith, it says. What they need lovers, clarified by La Legereza. And we have also an Archangel message from the Oracle deck. It says gentleness. They need gentleness, and this is from Archangel Sandalphon. It says, be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Okay, so what all these translating into? Let's start from you. Ace of Cups reverse Lanemika. You need genuine love. You need clean love. So you don't need a love which is poisoned by mistrust, suspicion, betrayal. You need to release. There is this need to release enemies, doubts, and because this may undermine your sense of being. And if there is a feeling of being undermined, um, it talks about the need to release that. Again, mistrust in the path, we said. So you need something super genuine. And the oracle says actually very directly at this point, you got to be clear about what you want. Focus with faith. Don't tolerate half facade truths because your heart needs authenticity Your heart needs emotional renewal. And also, if there is some kind of a hostility in the background, okay, this needs to also, I mean, this is not serving you. This is not serving you. Okay, so I see clarity here actually, like with what, clarity on what genuine and clean love can mean for you at this time and what they need. Now they got the lovers, Gemini energy, and Lalagereza to me also feels like always a Gemini energy, by the way. I don't know if they are Gemini or they are Venus or ascendant is Gemini. But what I can tell about is that they need to make some choices in love. They need to make some choices in love and they need to embrace connection. But or like the ways to connect. But you have to legereza gentle. They have to approach it with gentle. They have to approach it with softer ways, not with harshness or rigidity. That was what they feeling. So I think the oracle is quite reinforcing this message. So they must surround themselves with gentle people and they need to soften their environment. They need to choose love, but in a way that does not in a way that does not repeat past heaviness, rigidity, conflict, having to always fight with strict rules and like unhealthy maybe personal boundaries, you know. I mean, I support personal boundaries, but if personal boundaries like really um I mean, if it really blocks like all the way, you know, some healthy boundaries, let's say, is needed, but that can be unhealthy boundaries or like a wrong type of communication there. Okay, so let's uh, see the next message. So, Libra, your next move, Two of Wands, clarified by stanza. Their next move. Their next move is Nine of Wands, clarified by Disperato per Gelosia. Ooh. This person really, they have to conquer a lot of things within themselves before establishing that order. Now, Libra, you are in the planning mood. Okay, your next move. Libra is planning. Libra is looking at the outside for some possibilities. Libra is trying to decide where they're gonna stand. And it is also trying to foresee the future potentials there. Stanza energy is about privacy, Libra, and this is our private space. This is the intimacy card. It's the room. So your move is about inner reflection, private conversations. Um, you are not rushing into bold action. You are preparing yourself. You are positioning yourself. And I think you're gonna keep things close until you are ready to reveal or leave them. So it's a step of strategy from your side. Um, and it's a step of strategy, I think, from a private space, private place in life. So their next move, Nine of Wands and the Disperato per Gelosia, they are gonna act in a defensive position. They're gonna be very guarded and protective of themselves. Now, this card is about actual desperation from jealousy, if I have to translate it. Their next move is coming from insecurity. Their next move is fearing from rivalry. And there is also, there can be some emotional paranoia there. But they are still standing on their ground. It's just the fuel here. The fuel is suspicion. Um, I think they may approach you like they must defend themselves against some imagined threats. instead of openness. Actually, how openness would be very nice. I mean, openness and transparency. When it's time, it just works perfect, really. Uh, well, this dynamic is you strategize quietly, and I think you're gonna hold space to decide the path. They will like either defending themselves and they may act from a place of jealousy or insecurity. Very defensive suspicion in their energy, or is like super private planning energy. Wow, okay, so let's see your hopes and fears. Your hopes of fears. Okay, so you have the Ten of Swords clarified by Bambino. They have their hopes and fears. Two of Cups clarified by La Veggia Signora. Oh, okay, so there is absolutely fear here. Let's acknowledge those to see also the possible forces there. Now, you fear endings, Libra. You fear endings, you fear betrayal, you fear of collapse. When it comes to if there is a child involved, this can be a case, but if there is also a new beginning involved, this can be also case two. I think you secretly, your private card is telling me, you secretly hoping for renewal after some kind of a distraction. So this is the paradox actually. It's like you dread something will end painfully, yet you also long for clarity that comes from such an ending. So a fresh perspective can start and it can be finally born. So your fear is lost, but your hope is rebirth through release. Okay. And honestly, that feels to me stands very different when I compare it with now the previous signs reading. But I like it. 12 Cups. Okay, so their hopes and fears, 12 Cups, Luigi Signora. They hope for union. They hope for harmony. They hope for partnership. And they want to build this on wisdom and long lasting loyalty. So they don't just want a fleeting romance, like something also fleeing from their hands. But La Vigia Signora is the old lady, elderly lady. It's the wisdom card. They want to do this union with the weight of this maturity. So this is about building a serious, enduring connection, and it might demand of them than they feel ready to give. So that's why um uh, this to me okay, they hope for loyal union, but it's like, okay, I'm building this, but this also needs maturity and responsibility. Am I able to give that? This is the fear. Again, you hope for the rebirth, but there is also this fear of painful endings. So I can understand. And this reading, and it's your month, by the way. Happy birthday to Libras out there, and happy belated birthdays for Libras out there. Let's see your forces now, because this is gonna now shift the tone. So forces at work in between you with this person. Knight of Swords clarified by Dottore, and the outcome of these forces are, oh my goodness, Seven of Swords clarified by Denari reverse. There is something with money there. Okay, Libra now. Dottore reversed. I cannot put this diagnosis, I cannot name or identify with this diagnosis through this fierce communication, but the forces also, there is some kind of a urgency and rational analysis. Knight of Swords, that some decisions, sometimes very fast decisions, can be very cutting, right? Communication can go reckless. Um, and it can be, though, a very quick judgment with the river. If this card was upright, I would say, okay, it's gonna be like very rational, urgent, cutting analysis, but at least it's gonna put the stone in its place, the diagnosis comes, dottore, and we are like basing our opinions to some facts and rationality. Very air card. But reverse energy is like, the force becomes very sharp words, very quick judgments. So it is not diagnosing, it's attempting to diagnose or fix the situation, but it may feel like there is a very harsh exchange going on. However, so this may actually demand later extra clarity, but the energy is there. So this is, to me, feels like less heart and more intellect. Okay, the forces in between you. And Seven of Swords and Denari reverse. Now, this communication and maybe different diagnosis, or not being able to diagnose it, or being very quick to diagnose the situation, is bringing some avoidance, Seven of Swords, and also a new strategies in people. Now, reverse denari, this is when we lose money, when we lose resources, right? So there is a dishonest and hidden actions which are linked to material concerns. You got to be very careful. And denari, of course, not just money, value, right? And that value system, that energy exchange through values. There is a warning why we do these readings, Libra, because we give heads up, right? We do the warnings so you can position yourself better and make better choices when the weather conditions arrive. You always have a chance to choose that and how to act. Even if you cannot prevent, you may, with the awareness, you may change the way you respond. So your outcome is, there is dishonesty and I think lack of fairness here. I think things are not being dealt openly enough here, especially when it comes to financial and practical matters. So this is then forcing the relationship, pushing the relationship towards a lesson around trust, honesty, value exchange. And sometimes people say, we function differently. Yes, you function differently, but this is the result. Uh, the reason is that you may have really totally different values, and there are some unfairness going on. Be careful with the money, financial element, values element. And if you have some kind of a mistrust already, then you may be right about your intuition. Um, I would say dishonesty and hidden motives as an outcome can really be teaching. So, but it's better to not to bring it to this point, of course. That's why maybe in the forces it's better to make those right diagnoses and to mention the differences, mentioning priorities, um, and also bringing witnesses, maybe, or things like that, because you need an authentic love which is free from betrayal, dishonesty. Okay, and they need gentleness in their choices. Maybe that's why you are strategizing against this outcome already, if you're feeling that it's coming. And so just letting know, just letting you know, I think this October is gonna help you to uh understand the truth, and this truth will cut through facades and appearances. But if people avoid honesty, there's going to be so much imbalance in trust, and a lot of things can surface there. Libra friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, this is a general reading, so it's for the Libra collective. But if you have personal questions, personal tarot questions, you can always find me in my YouTube live streams called Karo is Answering Your Tarot Question. There we can do also one-on-one session with you. Uh, if you would like to know how these live streams work, check the description box below. Libra, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next readings. Bye bye.